So you remember back when everybody was out doing the protests of George Floyd and people just getting turned up because they were just sick and tired of, what's happening to black people in America. And Trina had came out at the time period and she was upset about protesters and she ended up calling them animals at the time. And people went in on Trina for doing that. So she's speaking out again on what she said months ago, right? With the remarks she made about the Miami protesters. So as it was reported that she had blasted so-called looters interrupting the peaceful protests going on worldwide. At the time, she said, according to Trina, property owned by her friend was destroyed by animals and acting like they escaped from a zoo. And she took a page out of the All Lives Matter playbook by bringing up black on black crime. And later she asserted that she's not worried about the police because she carries her license and registration. Oh my God. Sandra Bland carried her license and registration too. She's not with us anymore. Trina, you making that comment, you just so silly. Like, why do you think like nothing can happen to you? These people don't care about who you are. Half of these people don't even know you. I'm talking about these police. They don't even know who you are. Maybe the ones in Miami know you, but get outside of Miami, they don't know you. So you say after she apologized on the radio for calling, the people animals and asserting that she's for her people, she written an apology on social media. Now, according to Trina, it said the past week for her felt traumatic and an out-of-body experience. It said that she admitted she's been previously racial profiled and says that she stands with protesters rioting the police killing of Arthur Duffy. Now, McDuffie was a black man that was killed by police in 1979 after a high-speed chase. And then what happened was the police were acquitted. In 1980, they had the Miami riots. Now, in the Miami riots, brothers and sisters went to the streets, and it was on. They burned, property. Anytime they saw somebody in the area that was Mzungu, it was on site. That's what it was. And for the few days of the Miami riots, it cost them about $80 million of property damage at that time period. They was pretty pissed off. So Trina says, from the bottom of my heart, I sincerely apologize for any grief I caused. It's how I live my life of the values of respect and regard of all people, and I will continue to do so. None of us are perfect, but thank God we have the ability to reflect, dissect, and begin anew. He said, I'm not perfect. I've fallen short. He said, I've been racially profiled, and I've had trouble articulating my emotions in the face of personal frustration. He said, I take full responsibility for my actions, and for any confusion I might have caused regarding my feelings on what we're all dealing with right now. He said, when I said what I said, I was acutely upset with those who are using the peaceful demonstrations as a vehicle for their own intentions. Say, this is never an excuse for evil in these trying times. So, Trina, you apologize again, but you backdoor and see, it's kind of like you should have left it where it was at. Because that last little bit that you said, Trina, like, why even go there? Sometimes you just need to do a thing called just shut up. Like, shut the hell up. Just don't say anything. It's times that I would like to say some things, but I understand that value of shutting the hell up because I know maybe I'm going to say something, even though I deem it may be good, but it could be bad. Certain stories I don't cover because I know what I may go with it. Some stories you got to walk a fine line with. And sometimes when you just, maybe you were frustrated for some reason. I don't know. But when you get on the microphone, Trina, you can't let your frustration go all the way like that. Okay? You can't. When people are hurting, people are upset, they're pissed off, that you were more mad at them than the freaking police that killed George Floyd. That's what people are mad at you about. For real, that's what they're mad at you about. Now, I'm not saying what you said happened did not happen. I'm not saying that. Matter of fact, when you look at the first protest of George Floyd, let's call that what it is. When it was just us, we wasn't having those issues and problems. When all these others showed up, Antifa and all these others that showed up, all of a sudden now we seen so many videos of those people coming out there breaking stuff, those Antifa people breaking stuff, getting stuff jumped off with the police. We seen the videos. I've covered videos on my news channel where brothers are saying and sisters, hey, you got to get off the block with that. We don't want that out here. You ain't tearing this neighborhood up. It wasn't even brothers and sisters starting a lot of that stuff. But see, when you take the time to look into something, you know who's doing what and who's out there trying to, yes, use George Floyd to do some evil things. But instead of you taking the time, you just run off in the mouth and calling people animals, and it's not going to be taken too well. You didn't even call the cops animals, Trina. That's the one you should have called the animals. The cop that had his knee on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That's the animal. That's an animal. Looking into a camera while he doing it. That's the animal. You know, you just mad you still getting that smoke right now. And you should get it. People shouldn't let you off that easy for saying some things like that. Next time, Trina, watch your mouth. Just if you ain't got nothing, it's like the old school thing, Trina. If you don't have nothing nice to say, just don't say nothing at all. It's a good principle to follow. Now her nemesis, Kaya, her nemesis, yes, she has a nemesis, say that she gonna roast her in a few days because she ain't letting her go with that. So we'll look into what Kaya has to say, you know, because Kaya got a roast game. I think Kaya should do some sort of comedy or something because she is funny with her roast. Since rap is not doing, you know, good for her right now. But let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, about Trina. I mean, you accept what she says as her second apology, or do you think that she still need some work, you know, from the community a little bit? Because like I said, that last little part, and let me read that last little part why I don't accept it. When she said that when I said what I said, I was acutely upset with those who are using the peaceful demonstrations as a vehicle for their own intentions. This is never an excuse for evil in these trying times. Like I said, you just basically backdoored it and ruined your whole apology when you said that part. So that's why I don't think people who's upset with you should let it go. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think.